under the lights. Not a genius to understand. Don't want no one to hold your hand. Let's go, let's go. Let's go. Non-stop. Let's go. Non-stop. Please yourself. Your choice. Just be good. Go boys. Let's go, let's go. Let's go. Non-stop. Let's go. Non-stop. Let's go, let's go. Come on. Let's go, let's go. Come on.
Hey, you lovely moon stompers out there, it's great to see you. A warm welcome back to the channel. I'm Mrs. Moonstomper.
And I'm Mr. Moonstomper. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it as ever.
We do, yes.
You're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. That would help us out immensely. The plan is to get to 4,000 subs by the end of the year.
Gosh.
And I think we can do that with the help of you guys. We don't even get monetised for this either, so it's not like we're getting anything out of it. But actually, we are. So what we're getting out of it is bringing you guys some weird and wonderful content. I won't say it's great content all the time because that would be a lie. Because again, it's opinions differ.
That's it. It's just what the what you favour.
Yeah,
bringing
absolutely.
in what you need.
Exactly.
If you need
that.
it.
Yeah, exactly that. So, without further ado,
yes,
Mrs. Moonstomper.
Oh yes.
What?
Boing.
Okay. Has been on your rotation this week?
Oh well, I've got this lovely album.
Aha. Right. So.
The harder they come.
Jimmy Cliff. The harder they come. And is that that's a gatefold as well, isn't it?
Yes,
so
it's from the film, The Harder They Come.
Yeah, so guys, gatefold LP, that's absolutely beautiful, Mrs. Moonstomper. And I've got to say, if you've not heard the LP, it's various artists.
Yes.
And I think it's brilliant.
It's proper brilliant.
I think it's brilliant. So
love it.
Your favourite track on that LP, Mrs. Moonstomper?
I like Johnny Too Bad.
Johnny Too Bad's my favourite as well.
Johnny Too Bad, and Harder They Come itself as well.
But Johnny Too Bad for me, definitely.
Oh yes,
okay,
yes.
fair enough.
Johnny Too Bad.
Yeah,
man.
there you go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So what else? What else have you got there, Mrs. Moonstomper? Oh, so you've listened to a bit of Trojan this week.
Yes, I got this as well.
Yeah. Okay, that's very nice. So yeah, it was. I think I can't remember the name of the viewer asked us to like show our record collection.
Okay.
So mine, the majority of mine is MP3 or CD or cassette for some reason, and the reason being is in I think it was 1980 whatever, after having a massive, and when I say a massive collection of vinyl, which was, I would say, is really substantial. I think there was 700 LPs and 3,000 singles.
Gosh.
I got burgled and the lot were taken.
I remember when you told me this.
Yeah, so
it's just so tragic.
As vinyl was disappearing and cassette was an affordable medium, I replaced the majority of it on cassette. And CD was just emerging as well. So yeah.
Gosh.
So my vinyl.
It's a shame you lost all that.
It is, but it is what it is, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So my LP of the week for me is The Cult, the Love album.
Oh yes.
I've been listening to that this week, and I have to say, I forgot how good The Cult were.
I know you love your Cult.
Yeah, it might not be for you guys, but for me, wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I've seen those guys, I think twice, if I remember rightly, and they were, when I say they were good, they were really, really good. But Horses for Courses again. And I've been listening to The Cure this week as well, Cult and The Cure. And then
very gothic.
then going back to the 60s, Creedence Clearwater Revival and the Spencer Davis Group.
Yes.
And Bob Marley for the 70s.
Okay, yes.
Or the Legend LP. So that's been my week.
Nice one.
So what else have you been listening to, Mrs. Moonstomper?
I've been listening to Small Faces, nearly forgot then. Small Faces, The Marbles, Stones, a bit of Creedence as well in the mix. Yes, in the mix.
I've got to say the Small Faces I think are absolutely amazing. Steve Marriott is just, God rest his soul.
Yes.
Another one who's taken from us really, really tragically and very, very young indeed. So, guys at home, what's been on your rotation this week, and what is your LP of the week? What have you been listening to?
Pray tell us, we want to know.
Exactly. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be from the genres we cover. Like we say, we listen to
an eclectic sound of.
Oh wow, yeah.
Of all sorts.
Yeah, I listen to anything from bloody Beethoven and yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't go that far.
I would.
Yes.
I absolutely would. If it's good music like Elgar, I listen to Elgar one day. Then I listen to right through to Motorhead and Anthrax and Slayer the next day. So,
big up to you anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's no shame in that at all. There's no shame. It's music and it's there to be listened to.
Yes.
So
lovely.
Absolutely.
Nice one, Mr. Moonstomper.
Indeed. The Addicts.
The Addicts, yes.
Very, as you said, Clockwork Orange. Stanley Kubrick's Clockwork Orange.
Yes,
if you know, you know.
But
they weren't always the Addicts. They were originally the Afterbirths.
Oh, what's the name?
I think they formed around about 75, 77.
1977, yes.
But as the Afterbirths, they didn't have any music.
Okay.
And then they changed the name to Pins. P-I-N-Z.
NZ, yes.
Yeah, but there was another band called Pins as well. What's the chances of that?
Was there? Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. So they changed the name and changed it to the Addicts.
Okay.
Yeah.
With one D.
Yeah, with one D, because there was another band with the Addicts.
With two
Ds. Okay, fair enough. It gets really confusing. It really does. Yeah.
It sounds the same, but hey.
But there you go, and so I think they hail from, I'm gonna say, Ipswich area, I think.
Okay.
And they built up a following, playing lots of local gigs.
Yes.
And then I think they played they went down to London, Camden, etc., around about 1979, and they were actually signed. They were signed to it was actually a local label for those. It was Norwich, so Norwich is in East Anglia, which is not that far from Ipswich.
Right.
And I think the label was, I've got a feeling it was Dining Out, and it was Dining Out. It was actually the label who went to the gig in Camden, saw those guys, and thought, you know what, we're going to sign those guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it a place called Breakneck or something?
I believe it was, but don't quote me on that.
Okay.
So I don't know a great deal about this band, hand on heart, but I just find them fascinating.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. So, but I think it was only like a one record deal, I think, where they did an LP, which was it was an EP actually, 4-track EP,
yes,
Lunch with the Addicts, which was done in September '79. Check that out, guys. It's actually quite good.
Yes.
I think it's very light-hearted. So it's not as heavy. It's not really fast or thrashy or anything, but it's light-hearted and it's punk, but not as we know it, Jim.
Not as we know it.
Yeah. And I think did they not do an LP off the back of that as well?
Yes.
And I think did that sell? I can't remember. Was it something? What was it called now? I can't remember.
Is it something Confusion or something? Organic Confusion, I think.
Something like that. But right now, don't quote me on this, but I think it was that earned sort of like £23 in royalties.
Oh, pennies.
Yeah, but it was pennies. It was pennies in those days.
Even back then.
But I think it was a John Peel session again. John Peel. God almighty. I looked in the wardrobe this morning. John Peel, was there. And they did I think it was a Get Addicted session.
Yes, it was.
Which sort of put them on the map.
Yes.
At that time, but was it Peter Davidson on the guitar at that time and Mel Ellis?
Not the actor Pete, there's a different Pete Davidson. Right?
On the
Davison, sorry.
Yeah, then there was Kim Davison on the drums, Tim Hockin on the bass, and Keith Monkey Warren on. Keith Monkey Warren on the vocals.
And Kid Davidson, sorry, yes.
And Keith Monkey Warren is called Monkey on account of his big ears.
Okay.
You couldn't get away with that nowadays, could you?
Gosh.
Yeah.
These politically people, whatever you call them,
it's all sort of woke
something to say.
Yeah.
Be shouting the loudest.
So the Clockwork Orange gig. So if you've seen Clockwork Orange, you'll know. But if you haven't, it was Drews.
Oh yes.
So that's what they were, Drews. And I think was it Nadsat or Nadsat was it?
Oh.
Was that the language? And
I think it was.
Yeah, it was half. Was it half Russian and half English or something? I can't remember.
Oh, it's so weird. I forget
it was something
now.
like that. But they did the image to distance themselves away from like the sort of what you call like the regulation punk image.
Oh, I see.
Which is more commonplace.
Yes.
But they went on a children's TV program, I think, which wasn't
Tiswas by any chance, was it?
No, it was Keith Chegwin's, what's the name?
Was it Cheggers Play Pop?
Cheggers Plays Pop, and they had to call themselves the Fun Addicts.
Okay.
To get on there, and then I think they changed the name to.
Was it ADX?
ADX.
Yeah, ADX.
Which like Addicts, ADX, Addicts, yeah.
Play on words.
So the Addicts were. It's hard to quantify or quantise the Addicts. It's hard to quantify them, and it's hard to say exactly what they were.
Okay.
Apart from.
I think they were unique in their own right, weren't they?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Sort of like would you say like a punked out Dexys Midnight Runners or something like that.
Oh gosh.
With a bit of sort of new wave. I think there's like a bit of Devo there.
Yes.
Kind of.
Oh yes. Yeah. I see what you say now.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
So. Very sort of. It's a different audience. And guys at home, this might not be to your taste at all. But the only reason I wanted to mention the Addicts more than anything else was the longevity of that band.
Okay.
The fact they're still going.
I was going to say that.
Yeah. The fact the radio show is the fact the show is still the show, if that makes sense. It's all about the show.
Wow. Yeah.
So but the reason they changed the name to ADX was the perceived connotation of the word addicts.
Addicts, yes.
So they sort of did
be
that.
Be careful sometimes.
They did that for TV and radio, but the reason was that in the 80s, it was heroin addiction and stuff like that was absolutely rife.
Yes, oh yes.
Then I think it was at that point they signed to Sire Records.
Sire Records, yes. Yeah. And they sort of told them not to use that name.
It was Sire Records, so there you go, ruled by a bloody record label again, which is fair enough,
If you just want to make it out there, you have to do as you're told, so to speak.
I think Sire screwed. Sire screwed them.
Just for some peace.
Well, they told them they'd get sort of like mainstream success, and there were lots of Sire's promises. They
promised them this and that and higher things, and if you do this and do that,
and it doesn't always work. It just doesn't work. If people like you, they like you. But if they don't, they don't.
Yes.
And obviously, later they went back to the Addicts because it just didn't bloody work for them, did it?
There's sorts of people that are not going to be told what to do, like manipulated.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes you've got to toe the party line.
Yeah, sometimes. But if you feel suffocated by something.
But they didn't when they dressed up. So that all those the white clothing and the bowler hats.
The bowler hats, yeah, and the makeup on the face.
Well, it was Keith Monkey Warren who had Monkey. He had the Joker makeup.
Yes.
Which is just so bloody Gotham. It's just it's just
proper.
Yeah. There's something really. I don't. There's just something differently about that. But then he wouldn't wear like the white sort of whites. I mean, wear like pattern suits, like weird, wildly, sort of like wild sort of pattern suits.
Like sort of Harlequin or checkerboard or something.
Yeah, that type of thing.
Oh, yes,
so and then sort of like a bowler hats and gloves, that sort of thing. And the stage show as well. So the stage show was like really quite bizarre, very
like Coney Island-esque. That's what puts me in the mind of Coney Island.
No, it does me as well.
Especially from the film.
Yeah, very sort of freak show.
Yes.
But it's just but with a sinister undertone somehow.
Dear, yes.
So that's where the Gotham bit falls in.
Yes.
But depends whether you like Batman or not.
Oh dear.
Okay. Yes. So
They had when they performed on stage, had all these like ticker tapes and ticker tape falling and strings.
Yeah, so it was like a big show.
Like a big disco type of thing.
Like a disco, but like just a show.
Yes.
So
very showy.
in 1980 they released, I think it was called Sympathy.
Okay.
I think then Sheer Enjoyments for Nintendo single.
Single.
Yes. But they weren't released till 84.
Okay.
I think it was in a compilation album. I think This Is Your Life?
Was it?
I think
one was called Sympathy and the other was called Sheer Enjoyment.
I think so, yeah, but it was, that's...
I think it was later, or was it later?
No, it was done in 8, but it was released on a compilation.
Oh, I do beg your pardon, Mr. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, was it Songs of Praise? Yeah.
Songs of Praise in 1981.
And that was on D-Wed Records, I think. But it was that, but the band's manager, which I think was
Geordie Davidson. Davison. There's lots of Davisons around.
He funded that. He funded it.
Yes. Wow.
Yes. So
that's good of him to do that.
I think it's a hell of a strange band. Not everyone's cup of tea.
No.
But in terms of punk, there's really nothing like that.
Okay. No, there wasn't.
Devo.
Oh, Devo was a.
Maybe.
Oh.
But.
If you like that sort of thing, I think they're bizarre and.
Which new wave, isn't it, Devo? It's very new wave.
Not in a bad way, but bizarre, all the same.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I know they charted, definitely. I've got a feeling they signed to Warner Brothers. So that's quite a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Warner Brothers? Was it? Sire Records was an offshoot of Warner Brothers.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was not, but I think it was. Correct us if we're wrong, because I can't actually remember. I think it was.
I think Sire was there somewhere. Yes, it was. Yes.
Right. Okay.
They released the single "Bad Boy" in 1983. It was called "Bad Boy."
Was it?
That's when they signed to Warner.
I don't know. I'm confused. But wasn't it?
Yes.
I think they only did like a couple of singles, if I remember rightly, in that sort of period.
Oh yes. Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah.
Gosh.
So thoughts on Clockwork Orange then?
That's so bizarre. We've seen it a couple of times.
I've seen it more than a couple of times. Right. Yeah, I remember it first came out. It was scary. Well, not scary, but
when you're young, you find it.
No, it was just absolutely batshit crazy. To be honest with you, it was just absolutely But I kind of get it. Yeah, I kind of get it. And since when did Stanley Kubrick make a bad film? Incidentally,
he's ace, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Mrs. Moonstomper.
Yes.
Shall we take a quick break? And we'll be back in a mo, guys.
Let's do that. Back in a few.
Punks can range from office workers to dustbin men, school kids. From the day you were born, you could be a punk, you know. It's just an attitude. You just got to have it or you haven't. You know?
Throwing the ball, right, I'll catch it.
I mean, punk to me wasn't just going out and disgusting people. It was having fun, you know. That's what it all means. Still having a laugh now. You know, gigs, they were the high points, you know. Going to gigs and enjoying yourself. The crowds are more appreciative now. They'll soon let you know if you're crap.
They shine, and my body looks fine. It's a time to kill. Take a look at my hair. I'm a joker in the pack. I'm a joker in the pack. That's all. It's not so chic. I made them laugh a lot. I made them accept me. Secrets are smoking. I'm about to drown in the dust. With a game tomorrow, I'm taken into their trust. I'm a joker in the pack. Joker in the pack. I'm a joker in the pack.
Well, it was a love-hate relationship in England with the music press. I mean, they build you up, put you down for no reason at all. I mean, why bring you down? So we just said, fuck it, no more interviews, and we didn't do them. Quite a long time, wasn't it? Years. Very long time. We're just uncomfortable doing interviews.
As you can tell.
Anyway, interviews are very uncomfortable for some people and not uncomfortable for others.
I mean, it's hard. It's repetitive and it's kind of lacks, imagination sometimes.
The questions.
Well, yeah, you get a little tired of trying to come up with a new answer to the same question, you know. So.
But when you get a different question, it can get you going a bit and have a good time with it.
I'll pinch myself, I'll take my pulse, I don't know why.
Well, number one, our private lives are off limits. You know, that's when people ask personal questions like, that's none of their fucking business. This is a rock and roll band, it's a punk rock band, whatever you want to call it. Leave it at that.
But it is much more difficult today to keep your thoughts private or your actions, because everything is out there and exposed, and you make one innocent remark or one wrong move and
make a wrong move.
Fucking hell,
you upset me, monk.
See,
and
and it's everything gets twisted and...
You offended me with that movement, Monkey. I'm going to cry,
all right,
and
well,
I'm going to change the
write,
world
Write
now.
a comment about it.
I will. I want the band. I want this
everybody
band.
else will
I want.
comment.
I don't want to be in the band anymore.
Right.
You offended
See,
me.
I just went like,
oh,
yeah,
fucking
like
hell,
that again,
you
see?
bastard. Well, it's a lot of work. Monkey with his costumes, he puts a lot of work into what he's, going to be, or whatever character he's going to, whatever going on in his mind. Yeah, but there's a sense of pride there, isn't there, Monk? It's not,
I think so, and as we're creative people, so we want to have as much input as possible. It is a lot of hard work. It's time consuming, putting the show together.
Picture the scene.
I don't think it would feel right just to have like a production team or a crew doing it all for us, and we just walk on stage and play the songs and walk off again. I don't think that's entirely fulfilling in a way. If you put your life into something, you want to reap the rewards, and the rewards are not necessarily financial. The rewards are
hard work, satisfaction.
The joy and the feedback you get from an audience, really. I mean, and, the appreciation that's afforded to you as a band and as a performer.
And we're proud of it as well, that we've, 40 years of struggling in many ways, shapes and forms. I mean, ups and downs, but we've still got our feet on the ground, which is nice.
I mean, we have an opportunity to make things happen. There's a space we walk into, and it's cold and it's quiet, and a few hours later there's a crazy scene going on. And, it's only us that made that happen. From a creative point of view, obviously you need, there's technical things, and people need to open doors and serve beers and stuff like that. But as far as the entertainment goes, it's all us. And it's nice that we still get that kind of reaction.
And we give 110% every show. We do have rules in the band like that. We want to give everything we got, and we want everybody to go home, completely happy. And we know when we've come off stage that we've done a good job. That's what it's all about.
And we know when we haven't too.
But who was it quoted there a while ago? Somebody quoted, "Even when we're shit, we're good." So it's very rare we have a bad show. Very rare.
Welcome back, everybody. You enjoyed that, did you? Did you enjoy that?
Well, Mrs. Moonstomper, actually, I did.
Yeah.
I did, and I actually know what I put because I actually did it already.
You did it all yourself.
Yeah, so just before we go any further, Colin Jerwood, who was the lead singer with Conflict,
Oh, yes.
passed away on Monday. Last Monday, so we filmed these 2 weeks, 2 weeks prior to you watching them, or a week and a half prior to you watching them.
Yes.
But he passed away
No longer with us.
age 63. I know, bitter arch rivals to the Exploited,
Yes.
but it's
May he rest in peace. All the same.
after a short illness as well, and it was quite sudden, so it wasn't, it just wasn't expected at all.
No.
So that's a terrible, sad loss to the music industry.
Yeah, it's another one.
May he rest in peace.
Yes.
So where were we?
The Addicts. Yes.
Okay.
The Addicts.
So, the band became So this band hasn't been continuous, although they're still going.
It was a long pause. It took a long bit of
They've had
an absence, didn't they?
They've had two long absences actually.
Okay, yes.
But so the LP Live and Loud, which was released in '87, that was actually recorded in '81.
Gosh.
And then I think it was Rockers into Orbit in '86.
Yes.
That wasn't released till 1990.
Yes.
Yeah.
Goodness.
But
All these sporadic pauses here and there
well,
that they've taken.
to be honest with you, I think it's done them the world of good.
Okay.
Because, like I say, it's horses for courses. Not everyone's going to like this.
No.
And I completely get it. I think most of you guys at home like the harder, heavier stuff. or the sort of skinhead orientated
They
stuff.
seem to do.
Yeah, but we just wanted to feature these because it's of the period.
Yes.
Yeah. But so I think the break did them the world of good. If they didn't have the break, would they have split up?
Probably have burnt out so much quicker.
They would have done, because the music industry would have killed them. Because the music industry's just got a habit of killing them, because it's just, because of the fads and the fashions and the waves and stuff like that. And a lot of bands cannot survive, especially the 80s, which were really, really, musically, bands were really, really superior in terms of musicianship. But with the advent of synthesis and stuff like that, the music industry changed. And it probably changed.
Why did it change?
It probably changed for the probably changed for the worse, actually. Let's face it. But
keep it real.
Yeah, and that's just the way it is.
Yes.
Yeah. So, strange indeed. Right. So these guys have got quite a few LPs. It's not like they've got hundreds and hundreds, but they've got quite a decent back catalogue, actually. With, I think it was 1990. Was it
1992 on the
was it 90? Oh yeah, 92.
It was under the Cleopatra label.
Cleopatra Records, yeah.
Yes.
And then was it 27 or something?
They released the 27.
Yeah, I couldn't quite remember.
27. Yes.
That wasn't released in the UK though until later, and that was done at Anagram Records. So big difference. Well, not a big difference. But then Cleopatra reissued the band's first 3 albums as well, just to give those discs the sort of the first release in the US, as it were.
Okay.
Then they went all quiet again. So radio silence up until 2002. 2002.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. And then that was so they did the first LP in a decade, which was Rise and Shine, and that was released on the fabulous Captain Oi Records. So unless you've been sleeping under a rock, Captain Oi is just everyone. I think everyone's been on Captain Oi.
I think so. Yes.
Of that sort of ilk and genre. But yeah, and a decent LP as well.
Yes.
But then Captain Oi capitalise, as they always do, and then they just get all the previous LPs and then release
them.
But they put expanded editions on, which is okay. That's fair enough. And then I think they went to SOS Records after that, and then did the Roller Coaster album. But that was never released in the UK.
It's a shame.
But at that point in time, they weren't doing so well in the UK.
Oh right, it was just overseas, and mainly the US, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then another back catalogue again, with extended versions, as you do. Then I think it was I think one of the best LPs is Songs of Praise.
Yeah.
So they re-released. I think they re-released Songs of Praise.
Yes.
And then.
In 2008 this was.
Yeah, then they did All the Young Droogs on DC Jam Records, which I think is absolutely brilliant. Then the Piece de Resistance, Nuclear Blast Records in 2017, where they did And It Was So.
Yes, it was.
Which
and
is
it was so.
Yeah, and that's a really good LP, like a really, really good LP.
Wow.
So what I'll say about this band is they're non-controversial. There's no real controversy with these guys. They're normal.
That's the first.
They're normal. They're normal people, hard-working musicians, and nothing to report in terms of
like this politics rubbish and all this.
They've had members come and go.
Controversy.
Yeah, members come and go, but there's no sort of politics behind it. It's more the theatrics, but I always think back to shock rock such as Alice Cooper. Just for the sort of theatrics of it, the stage show, and
was Iggy Pop included in the shock rock?
The Stooges,
yes.
Yeah, but
Iggy and the Stooges.
Alice Cooper just took it up a notch, didn't they? Really, with the Alice Cooper band, where it's just guillotines, pythons, that type of thing. Yeah, that type of thing. And why not? Why not?
Put on a show. If you got a show to put on, then why not?
I actually I saw Alice Cooper live years ago. I think it was on the the Poison tour, if I remember rightly, in 1989, 88, something like that.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, and he came to Birmingham. And I watched him at the NEC in Birmingham. He's really good.
Rock on, you
But that's the only time I've ever seen Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
I saw an Alice Cooper tribute band, and that was also really, really good as well.
Yes.
Not the same though, is it?
It's not Alice, no.
No, definitely not. But these, I wouldn't say these guys, they're not in the same brackets at all, but it's all about the show. And as you saw in the VT, what it actually takes to bring a production like that to stage.
Okay, yes.
Which I don't know if people actually appreciate that.
Whether they do, whether they don't.
It's Jesus Christ putting all that frigging makeup on every night. I mean,
gosh.
It's
like Kiss as well.
Yeah.
Having to dress up for performance.
Well, I think, what was it? I think Gene Simmons said his costume actually weighs, I don't know, it was a ridiculous amount. It was something like sort of, I don't know, it was like...
many pounds.
Yeah, it was 40 or 50 pounds, probably more than that. With those boots are like that, aren't they?
And the, yes, imagine.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Imagine you're losing a few pounds
and all that
a show.
Yeah, all that grease paint makeup as well. And it just takes hours and hours and hours. And he said when he comes off stage, everybody thinks he's going to go backstage and have an orgy, like an orgy. It's nothing the sort. He's going to go to bed and have a cup of cocoa. That's the reality of it.
Have your Horlicks and sleepy time.
Yeah, you need it after that. You really do. It is. It's really, really hard work, and you can see that as well.
I can see where kind of see where they're coming from.
Yeah. But I love the show.
After all that,
love the show. And what I'd say with the Addicts is it's more of a visual experience than a listening experience.
Yes.
Ditto with Kiss, ditto with Alice Cooper, and ditto with all those guys.
That's it, yes.
I find if I listen to Kiss or stuff like that, I find it quite sort of, dare I say, middle of the road.
All right.
Dare I say, it's
your
middle
choice.
of the road. But to go and watch it,
it's a total another whole different thing, isn't that?
It's a whole frigging show.
Yeah,
it's a show.
That's it, to actually be there and see them in person.
And for me, it is the show. It's
show of all shows.
It's massive. Yeah, it's different, completely different.
Wow, I'd love to have gone and seen them. You're lucky to see them more than once.
Yeah.
Kiss. Wow.
Definitely, but I never saw the Addicts.
No.
Never.
No.
And I don't know why. It's not like I didn't get the chance. I did, and I just didn't.
Just one of them things.
For me with that band. It's the logo, and it's
Yes, and what they can perform, what they can put out to the people.
It's the
show them,
again. It's the show.
What they can do.
It's the show again. It's not the music. It's the show.
The show, yes.
Yeah, I can't emphasise that enough.
Gosh,
in fact, I think I've emphasised that about 30 times. I've not. Maybe not. Yeah.
Who's counting?
But your
not
choice.
Me.
Your choice, guys. Your choice.
Yes.
Yeah, like I say, you may not like them. You may appreciate them. It may do nothing for you. But on the channel, it's all about inclusivity, isn't it?
Definitely.
How fucking woke does that sound, Mrs. Moonstomper? But that's the truth of the matter, isn't it? And it's all about the music, guys. Again, Condemned 84, when we did that last week, that caused a bit of friction, but
like mixed opinions.
It's mixed opinions. Of course, it is. There's going to be people of a certain age who like a certain genre of music, and when they first started liking that, you kind of had to pick a side, left or right. Never understood that myself.
Or on the fence.
Yeah. But when things like Skinhead first came out, you weren't picking a fucking political side. You were just in it for you were in it for the music and the lifestyle.
As well,
it was
the
just
lifestyle,
it was just normal working class people.
And the fashion.
Yeah, normal working class people.
Of course there were.
And it was the fashion, the music. Yeah.
And the company as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
The company, like your group of your friends.
Yeah, exactly that. It wasn't about
to have a good time.
Yeah, it wasn't about it only sort of manifested itself later through all sorts of things. But who am I to say what side you need to pick? Who am I to say just listen to the music, don't listen to the politics. That's up to you guys.
Of course.
Not up to me, but you know, I know
Your prerogative.
Yeah, I know it's sort of my bread's buttered, but I just thought I'd clear that up about Condemned 84 because a lot of people, you know, the fence sitting. A lot
Splinters on the bum.
Yeah, a lot of people call us fence sitters. You know, I'm glad I am a fence sitter. I'm glad I don't sort of pick politics, but I don't use it as a veiled disguise.
You don't.
Unlike some people who use it as a veiled disguise.
That means I've got something to hide somewhere, or
Well,
those who shout the loudest and all that.
Empty vessels and all that. Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, so I've got nothing else on the Addicts.
Nah.
Apart from go and check them out, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hope you do. Hope you enjoy anyway.
Go and check them out. I haven't done that all programme, Mrs. Moonstomper. So, Mrs. Moonstomper.
Yes, Mr. Moonstomper.
What do you suppose we've got coming up next week?
Watch this space. Did you say? Oh.
No,
you didn't.
I didn't.
You
I didn't say.
You didn't.
I didn't say. But I've got a feeling you guys don't want another programme like this. So.
I think I remember what you said. I think.
What do you think I said? No.
No, you didn't actually. That was the
No,
other
I
time.
didn't. Right, well, guys, you'll know by sort of next Thursday or Friday because we'll put it out on we'll put it out on a premiere and you'll know.
Premiere,
but
yes.
I'm sure it'll be equally as good,
It's going to be good. What's it? Yes.
if not
What's it
better.
said?
Could be controversial. Could be really controversial. But then again, it might not be. But it depends what controversy is.
That's it. And
to
your
you guys.
opinions and your views.
Absolutely. So, have you got?
Anything else?
Yeah.
Nope.
You have nothing else.
Dopamines.
Dopamines. Okay, yeah. So you chew your dopamines are top.
Yes,
I thought I'd get in there before you, Mrs. Moonstomper, and say that actually.
Yes.
I still don't actually know what dopamines are.
It's your happy hormones. I thought you knew what. Yeah. Your happy home. You're tuning into your chakras and all that, and keeping happy, keeping the flow
Yes.
good, keeping a good flow, man.
That's like yoga,
Yeah,
then, isn't
man.
it? That's like yoga, isn't it?
Yoga or
okay, fair enough.
like meditation. If you
Yeah.
meditate, it's going to make you release your inner chakras.
Well, it doesn't look like I do yoga, does it? That's for sure.
You might do.
I can't even bend down and tie my bootlaces up anymore. You know, in fact, that's why I wear 14-hole docks because I can tie the top bit. I don't have to bend down so far.
But it's
there
on
you go.
about your comfy slip-on shoes. You don't have to use your hands to put on. But
Don't.
that's some advertising. I'm not going to say the name.
Crocs.
No. Oh yeah, even those. You wear those on your motorbike. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah,
We've done now.
Yeah, you can
we've done.
rearrange the popular following anagram of "off fuck Mrs. Moonstomper."
Thank you.
Yeah, no pleasure, absolute pleasure. One saw what you wear on. No, in fact, let's not go there. Actually,
Because it's not true, viewers. Don't listen to him.
no.
Go
So,
on.
Mrs. Moonstomper, anything else?
Just I've been Mrs. Moonstomper, and it's great to see you lovely Moonstompers out there. See you next time. Love you. Ta-da!
Well, Mrs. Moonstomper said it first, guys. I've been Mr. Moonstomper. This one was short and sweet. We do apologise. Our work schedule is absolutely punishing, but yeah, we'll be back next week
Yes.
as normal, and hopefully we'll have a full schedule for you next week. So until the next time, guys, much peace, much love.
Closet, come out of the hole, come out of the woodwork, come into the fold. Rebels and fighters, the license to kill. Unite with the bandits, knock on the hill. Open your windows, open your doors, open your minds to a freedom of thought. Viva la revolution! Viva la revolution! Viva la revolution! Viva la revolution! Raise the voices and raise the flag. Smash the symbols of the life we've had. Long live the people, long live the scheme. Long live the hopes and long live the dream. Dance in the streets at the carnival. Celebrate the victory. from the rich man's caste. This revolution won't be the last. Viva!